Math 12 students. I wanted to give you a little introduction to Canvas, our learning management system. All online courses are run through Canvas, so there will be some common navigation buttons for all of your courses, and then there will be specific buttons in our class. So I'm going to start with the outermost layer of the buttons that are common to everyone's Canvas course. So you come to www.sierracollege.edu and you click on Canvas, and then you put your username and password, the same as the one you use to access your email and to access your My Sierra account. So that's going to go to what's called your dashboard. So that's always where you get delivered when you click on the Canvas link on the Sierra College homepage. So everybody's dashboard will look a little bit different. I have 4 published courses and courses that aren't published yet. You won't see these unpublished courses on your side until I publish them. These are my classes from last semester, so they are visible. Any students who were in those classes of mine last semester can still see them on their dashboard if they want to. If you want to adjust what you see on your dashboard, so this little tachometer looking dial, that's the dashboard icon. The next one down is called courses. And here is a list of the things on my dashboard. But here is a button that says all courses. And you can see I have a lot. And so if you click on the star and it's colored, then when I come back out to my dashboard, that tile will be showing up on my dashboard, Academic Senate. And then if I decide, oh, I don't really want that one to be showing up, I go back to all courses and I click again and the star is empty now. And so that won't be showing up on my dashboard anymore. So you can decide what you want to have showing up on your dashboard. So I want to start at the top and talk about this account button. So there's some important things under the account button. Notifications is one of them. So I want you to go through, and you won't know what a lot of the buttons are talking about yet, but you do want to have due dates and course content and announcements. You want to have those notifications pushed to you, or you can choose to have them come weekly on Saturdays between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. or daily around 6 p.m. They'll collect them and send them in batches if you prefer. So you're going to click on the icons and think about what you think you might want in the way of notifications, and you can always come back here and change them if you aren't getting enough or you're getting too many. So that's the notifications. Then files. This is a place where you can put files. If you're scanning and storing something on your phone, but you want to be able to submit it on your PC, this is a place where you can put it where you don't have to transfer it around to be able to switch devices. So this is just a storage area that you can use. That we won't be using ePortfolios, but this settings button will be useful. This is where you can put another email address. By default, it's your Sierra College student email address. And then you can edit some of these settings by going into Edit Settings. So you can put your pronouns if you like. There's a way to change your name in Canvas so that it's different than the one in your roster. So I prefer to go by Debbie, so everywhere I can, I change from my official Deborah to Debbie. So I've learned how to do that in a lot of settings, so just let me know if you would like to change to your preferred name, and I'll tell you how to make that happen. So we won't use ePortfolios or shared content. You won't really need Sierra Connect or this QR code or global announcement. So these are then some of them are instructor things. But on the settings here, one of the things you can edit is your picture for your avatar. So see how if I hover over here, a little pencil shows up. Click to change your profile pic. So I'm going to ask you to upload a picture or take a picture or choose a picture, something that represents you. It doesn't have to be a picture of you. As you can see, I have a Bitmoji because I look a lot more like this Bitmoji than of any photographs I have. So that's what I choose to put there. People sometimes put interesting patterns or their hero or whatever you like. It's just in lieu of the gray shadowy person that's there. And I have to tell you, it makes my life a lot more cheerful that I don't just see this long column of gray silhouettes when I look at the people in the class. So that's the account button. And then we talked about the dashboard, as always, where you go when you first come into Canvas. And then the all courses, some people use this to navigate. So you can either go to the dashboard and click on, these are called tiles. You can go to the dashboard and click on the tile, or you can go to all courses and only the ones that are starred will show up in this list. So that's another way to get to it that you might find quicker. So when you are on your dashboard, again, you have some options here, some things you can customize. So for instance, I like to color code things. And so for me, everything that's Math 12 is purple. Everything that's Math 24 is blue. And sometime this week, these two courses will get merged into one online course. And when that happens, then there will only be one tile. And so you'll all be in the same tile for me, but you will have an individual tile. So what you can do on this tile, you have a 3 dots menu. They call this the stacked dots menu. You can change what shows up as the name of the tile. The name they give the class doesn't always make sense to me, so I usually put something like this, Spring 22, Math 12, and the CRN. You're welcome to put College Algebra in here if that makes more sense to you. And then you have some colors you can choose from. I like finding other different color codes. All you have to do is type in Google and say, what's the color code for lavender? And you can get a color code here, and it has all those colors available. And then if you want to move where the tile is, you don't like where it got placed automatically, you can move it around in your dashboard. So that's the dashboard. We talked about all courses. Now I want to show you the calendar. So a lot of students find this calendar really helpful for just keeping track of what's going on from week to week. I try to make sure everything you need to do is in this calendar. As each week comes along, I put the new module up. They're not all up at the same time. So each week a new module gets launched and you'll have access to it. So in this calendar, you can see that we're in January. You don't have any homework due in January, so you don't see anything yet on this calendar. But when I click over to February, it should be showing you the homework that's due. So I'll check and find out why that's not happening. And that's your calendar. So you can see that you have different buttons you'll have different buttons over here for the different calendars. So if I want to put both of my classes' calendars on here, I can, or I can just have one or just the other one. So that's up to, it's because this is the class we're in. There we go. So you can see that all the February assignments are already here in the calendar. That was the problem. We're not in fall anymore. Okay, so that's your calendar. And then this next one is your inbox. And this one's important because this is one of the ways we can communicate. And it's actually the easiest way for me to communicate. So I tend to use it once I've gotten you used to looking here for messages. I use email and this at first until you get accustomed to looking in Canvas for messages. We're still required to use your Sierra College student email for official communications, but the Canvas is a much easier way for me to communicate to the entire class with one message. So I use it a lot for sending out announcements and telling you important things that are going on college-wide. So that is the inbox. And then this is history that you probably won't find important. You won't have these buttons, the commons you don't need, and the studio you don't need. This button might be useful. This is a help button. So when you click on this, you get all these choices. So there's a Canvas support hotline, a phone number you can call. You can search the Canvas guides, which are actually really well done, and I usually find the answer to my question here. You can ask your instructor a question, and this should be a Canvas question. Okay, so this is not a math question or a Math 12 question. This is a Canvas question. Then you can chat with Canvas support, and you'll be talking to the people at Canvas. You could submit a Canvas help ticket, and you can put a My Sierra or email help ticket here. And then you can chat with the Sierra College Student Tech Support people. And so these are just places you can get some help if you need it. It can really help if you think about what kind of an issue is it. Is it a math question? Is it a Math 12 class question? Or is it a Canvas question? Okay, and then Sierra Connect you won't need, and Student Support, this is an awesome new button that's been added to everybody's Canvas. And it has all the student support services you might ever need to access. And so here are your interest areas. And if you click on one, it will take you, oh, I don't have access to that, I guess. So it will take you to the student support specialists. And then here are all the student support things that are through like the Counseling Center and the Financial Aid Center. And here's the library and help with writing a paper and registering for classes. So this is a great resource that's been added for all of the students. So that's all about Canvas in general. I'm going to stop here and make a separate video for our class in Canvas.